Hey everybody, welcome to the vocabulary lesson. This is the I'm sorry. This is the 14th vocabulary lesson, and welcome to the 14th vocabulary lesson. And then now I have this: prostitute, prostitution. And now one of the term words here, they are streetwalker and streetwalking, hooker. Now, we're going to be talking about prostitution. Prostitute. A person, in particular a woman who engages in sexual activity for payment. A synonyms: call girl, whore, informal, hooker, working girl, lady of the evening, streetwalker, member of the oldest profession, mole, fille de joie, escort, courtesan, hustler, hoe, dated tart, scarlet woman, camp follower, colt, newest word that I never heard in my life, strumpet, harlot, trollop, woman of ill repute, wench, undercover cops posing as prostitutes. Offer someone for sexual activity in exchange for payment. Although she was paid $15 to join a man at his table, she never prostituted herself. A woman who engages in sexual intercourse for money, whore, harlot, a man who engages in sexual acts for money. Prostitute, a person who performs sexual activity for payment, especially a woman, a person who is perceived as engaging in sexual activity with many people. A person who does or offers to do an activity for money, despite personal dislike or dishonor. Prostitute synonyms: Wikisaurus, prostitute, Wikisaurus, promiscuous woman, Wikisaurus, promiscuous man, sellout. I currently work as a prostitute in order to pay off my university debts. The info prostitute. The practice of engaging in relatively indiscriminate sexual activity in general with someone who is not a spouse or a friend in exchange for immediate payment in money or other valuables. Prostitutes may be female or male or transgender, and prostitution may entail heterosexual or homosexual activity, but historically, most prostitutes have been women and most clients men. Excuse me. And here, this is the girl that I drew in this picture. That's the girl, which is Mary Rucker. She don't exist, but I made her up. She is a prostitute. She goes up to every man and asks them out. She wants to get money for her sexual activity as a prostitute. She is a prostitute and she is a streetwalker. She walks on the street all day looking for a sex payment with other men clients. This girl hangs out with men and expecting to be paid. Mostly men are lovey-doveys because they are attracted to other pretty women. Because the reason why, because she is unemployed, meaning she doesn't have a job, A prostitution is her job, and those kind of girls are prostitutes. A girl who is a prostitute is an unofficial girlfriend, meaning not a real girlfriend. They just want to do a sex payment and get paid. Sometimes it will not be a good life because men will be getting mad and beat her up because they lose respect. Alright. A prostitution. Prostitution, the practice or occupation of engaging in sexual activity with someone for payment. Synonyms: the sex trade, the sex industry, meaning sex business. Whoring, streetwalking, sex tourism, informal, the oldest profession, hooking, hustling, dated, whoredom, archaic, harlotry. They claim that the casino industry only encouraged prostitution in the area. The unworthy or corrupt use of one's talents for the sake of personal or financial gain. The act or practice of engaging in promiscuous sexual relations, especially for money. The state of being prostituted, debasement. She was arrested for prostitution. Writing commercials was a prostitution of his talents. The work of a prostitution, the act of having sex in exchange for money. The use of a skill or ability in a way that is not appropriate or respectable. The act or practice of engaging in sexual activity indiscriminately, especially for money. Also, the crime of engaging in such activity, engaging in sexual activity with another person in exchange for compensation, such as money or other valuable goods. Debasement for unworthy profit or motives. Prostitution. Synonyms: harlotry, oldest profession, world's oldest profession, and whoredom. A child prostitution. The use of a child by others for sexual activities in return for remuneration or any other form of consideration. And the hooker. Hooker is a North American informal, a prostitute. Hooker is a noun. Hookers is a plural noun. Prostitute started in the Civil War when Gen Hooker of the Union Army, the first pimp, tried to protect his troops from VD by buying the best chicks and pimping them to his corpse of 20,000 men. Originally hookers girls. Hooker is the pimp of hookers, term used to describe a type of female that is easy to bang. Takes money for sex. Disappointed male does not get any. That fucking hooker. She gave me blue ball. A sexy woman who fucks men who need to be fucked. A woman who gives pleasure to desperate males like me when in need of pussy. I love to pick up hookers. When I need sex, hooker is a prostitute. Informal, a prostitute. Woman who has sex for money, a prostitute who will have sex with you for $100. Is an example of the definition of a hooker is a slang term for a prostitute or someone who exchanges sex for money. Hooker is a slang. A prostitute. Hooker is a slang word for a prostitute. Origin of hooker. Probably from the hook-like form of the arm taken and raising a drink to the mouth. Slang. A drink of undiluted hard liquor. A hooker of whiskey. A single-masted fishing smack used off the coast of Ireland, an old worn-out or clumsy ship. The new cool, sort of like cool, wet or badass. This word can be used to replace cool to make your sentences all the better. Dude, you're such a hooker. I can't believe you made a full court shot. Casey is such a hooker. Did you hear what she did to Dave? Alright, now I want to get up to a streetwalker. Streetwalker is a noun. Streetwalkers is a plural noun. A prostitute who seeks customers in the street. That's what I just said before. A prostitute who seeks customers in the street, meaning looking for the customers on the street. Seeks means looking for someone, It means to look for someone, like you're finding or looking. And she is a streetwalker. She will start asking other guys to pay her to have sex. Girls are streetwalkers. And then, streetwalking. Definition of streetwalker. Prostitute, especially one who solicits in the streets. Compare call girl streetwalking. Compare call girl. Streetwalking is a noun. The streetwalkers in adult movie theaters that once populated the Tenderloin have been replaced by upscale shoppers in expensive restaurants and boutiques. Streetwalker, a prostitute who finds customers by walking around in the streets. That's what I just said before. A prostitute who solicits, that's, never understood that word. Solicits, on the streets. A prostitute who attracts customers by walking the streets. Woman who engages in sexual intercourse for money. She's a streetwalker. This girl is a streetwalker. The girls are streetwalking. They do that all the time in life. In the lifetime, it happens all the time. Alright, folks, that's it. The lesson is over.